targets for the weekend.
Everyone stand by. Sector 658, descending into sandbar 2, arrival lane, altimeter 3000.
Sandbar 2, Lenny, 658.
Sector 1334, contact, or Sector 1334, goodbye.
All right, I'm back. Now let's see if I can get that back.
Sally, testing 263, descending gaining flight level 240.
All right, I think we're back up here. Hey, A&J, how's it going? I hope you're having a good one. I am. I don't know what the deal is with YouTube. It doesn't like my domain-free movies for some reason, and it keeps kicking me off. So much for in-flight movies. I should try a movie from 1930, 1929, because every single one of those are domain-free. So they kick me for something like that, then I know they're full of crap. But very strange. Yeah, I guess they don't like my in-flight movie. Maybe they want you to watch it on their YouTube channel instead of getting it from me. I don't know. I would think that movie, being that it's royalty-free, public domain, you should be able to do a search on YouTube and you'll probably find that same movie that they're telling me I can't play. Interesting. Oh, let me go set that OBS. Right? Oh, can I do that from here? No, I can't do that from here. I'll be right back.
Contact Cabana Center 124.55. Contact the center 124.55. At 397, TACA, contact center 124.55. Contact 124.55, back at the end of that. American 1157, Cindy to Sandbar 2, arrival landing east, altimeter 2995. Cindy to Sandbar 2, landing east, 95 on the meter, requesting discretion on the speed if that's possible. American 1157, speed discretion is being published in that Sandbar. What's the Sandbar saying? 1157. One Charlie Bravo contact approach 120.5 advise of remediation. 120.5. Minus 2140 contact center 128.22. Governor 923 1 Papa contact Fort Myers approach 126.8.
Oh, now I got a screwy picture here. Oh no, there's a whole bunch of them, Max. Even after 1930s that they haven't renewed. There's a whole list of them. I think I gotta stop this and start it again. Screen's all messed up here. Alright, let's come out of you now. Oh, we're back again, okay. Alright, I think we're back. I think we're back. Acting very strange today. Well, so much for the movies. I'm going to try one from 1930, 1929, see if they block it. I had a few other movies that they played all the way through. Matter of fact, Abbott and Costello were past the 1930s. They played all the way through, had no problem. There were a couple other ones. I don't know if Sherlock Holmes is... Sherlock Holmes, I think, is after the 30s, too. I have to go take a look. They played with no problem. So, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go do a search and see if you can play these movies that I'm trying to play on YouTube. If you can, I think they're blocking me because they want you to watch it on YouTube instead of watching me. How are we making out here this ride? And my wife just got back. My wife just got back. 42 minutes in. What are we looking at here? Top of descent at 2:33. 3:43 to go. And Impata, we should have 15.9 on the fuel with 16.1. 12.3 when we get in. And that should be in range. And you should be 209. That's looking better. So 42 minutes from the gate, 30 minutes since we entered the runway. And we're at cruise. And what do we have? We have a new center frequency. Let's try that one. See if that one's up. Nope. It's not up. Oh yeah, I remember when you were here making that with Bambi. I remember that. It was a little while ago. Beautiful. Beautiful. A lot of water out there. How we looking here? Weather? We pick up anything? Yeah, weather's looking pretty good. I'd be surprised if we don't get in a little late. How we cruising here? Yeah, we're at Mach 0.8 right now. Got a ground speed of 367. We're getting whacked with 168 knot wind. Yeah, that's got to leave a mark. After production, did he take that Bambi and like take it out back and shoot it? Oh, absolutely. It depends on what version you play. Oh, yeah. They have podcast versions that have no copyright. Granted, the quality's not as good. And then you have movies that weren't copyrighted correctly right from the get-go. And there's also one or two companies that have tried to copyright movies they didn't even own. And the only reason why they got caught is because the original owners went to renew the copyright. And the Copyright Office, believe it or not, actually keeps records of those that try and put in a claim on something that fraudulently. Can't remember the name of the company, though, that did that. They tried it a couple of times. And that's how they got bagged. All right, we're coming up on Ulsa. Ulsa, 15.7. We're 15.8 right now. Looking pretty good. Just about 200 miles top of descent now. 204. 12.3 when we get in. Oh, no, beautiful ride. No real complaints other than YouTube. Audio's cutting out on your end? That would be surprising because this is an extremely good microphone. This is what is it, Telex 850 Airman. This is an aviation headset plugged into that X sound box that converts it from the aviation plugs to USB. It's usually pretty good. And after all, now we're going to 07. I should try putting up one of those movies right now from 1930. Go see if I can find one from public domain and then see if it gets blocked again. I'd have to go look and check on that movie, see if it's in the listing. I think I ran through about 120 odd pages. Don't remember seeing it in there. That should be coming into range now. And at bull map, we should have 15.4, 15.6. 12.2 on the fuel, 190 top ascent, 300 to go now. We're closing the gap, and that's just about 50 minutes since we left the gate. They did this ride in an hour and 55 minutes, so we should be in an hour and 6 minutes if we're close to real world. So let me have that shot. And I know that movie from McQueen is in public domain. Matter of fact, there are a couple of companies that actually remastered the CDs and sold those movies. And they were able to make money because they remastered them and made them themselves. So you're not going to make copies of their copies, but you could take the original that was public domain and do whatever you want with it. A couple of companies have made movies like that and put them out on DVD, Blu-ray, and whatnot.
American 699 is in the speed.
Winds are beginning to shift a little bit.
American 699 is in the speed. Station 32. Yes, sir. 32.
Who, me, Adam? How long did it take to get the setup up again? After YouTube blocked me? Basically, it was just shutting down the movie, then shutting down the stream and starting a new one. That was basically it. But that I just figured out after they blocked me the last time. So it was relatively quick to get right back. And we're going to 09. And we're 42 out. And when do we get on that arrival chart? I know we got a ways to go, though. Right. AH. And south, right. IHEYAS. IHEYAS. We got a little ways to go before we... IHEYAS. 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 See you later. Got a ways to go. That should be into range now. And that's 8. Here come the meds. Oh, and you got the receipt for the mail? How much? Wow. Let me go take my meds. I'll be right back. I gotta go take a look at... I mailed my... I have a 1970 Challenger, and I have to have my master cylinder rebuilt and re-sleeved. I just mailed it out, and I had to insure it for $1,400 because it's extremely rare. And to replace that master cylinder would cost me about that much money. How much the insurance? I think it was like $60. Let me go take my meds. I'm going to take a look at that receipt. I'll be right back.
Yellow 1560 to 10B at the sandbar 2 arrival landing G. Now under 1308. Then sandbar 2 arrival, 1308. Recognize 6 on maintain Bravo 330. Kilo 1560, contact center 13315. Okay, center 13315. Extends at 916, traffic is 2 o'clock, 7 miles southeastbound, 737, 1,000 feet above. JetBlue 1499, 197, climbing 230, direct Gretley. JetBlue 1499, Roger, climbing maintain level 260. Maintain flight level 260, JetBlue 1499.
Oh, cough so much that one hurts the back. What do we have here?
Airplane's at 196 traffic, district 2 o'clock, 5 miles southeastbound,
Let's see. Priority mail, they'll get it by Friday. Insured for $1,400. So, the insurance was $24.60. Shipping was $36.75. So it's $61.35 total. Okay, that's a little better. I thought it was $61 for insurance and then shipping. That's a little better. That's a little better. Don't lose my master. Don't lose that sucker. I don't want the money. I want my master cylinder. And that should be in range 08. Hey, Airsoft, how's it going? Welcome back, man. So we're cruising at Mach 0.8, but because of the wind, our ground speed is 378. 153 knots we're getting whacked at right now. Right now we're coming up on just about an hour out of the gate. So we should have just about an hour to go. What are we looking at? 249 total, 138 top of descent. Not much to see but water. Water, water, water. Flight's been pretty good. No real big issues from PMDG or Microsoft. I mean, on the way out, the FMC had a little weird setup on it with the magenta line showing you the flight plan, the route. But it might have been because it's just too close, too tight of a turn. But that just looked a little weird. I think that was it. Everything else has been pretty good. Well, other than YouTube not liking my in-flight movies. I should go and play one of the other ones that played all the way through and see if it gets blocked this time. All right, and yeah, Roken Zone, they took another one down. I don't know why. I don't know why. Unless they just want you to watch it on YouTube instead of watching it from me, coming from a download. So, it's the only thing I could think of. But I'm going to go see. I have to go find out what the name of that movie was. I don't remember. But I want to see if it's available for view on YouTube. I got a mosquito bite here. Don't usually get those. In the beginning, I got them all the time, and they used to itch like crazy. I used to get big welts. Now, I must be used to them because I don't really get, they don't even itch anymore when I get bit. Clouds look rather nice. Spaced out just enough so you can have a nice little peekaboo. Be nice if we had something to look at other than water, though. And that's an hour out of the gate. 48 minutes since we entered the runway. 230 miles to go. We've got 118 the top of descent. We're coming up on an Oxa. 14.4 on the fuel. We're 14.5. 12.2 when we get in. N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantities all looking good. Pressure's fine, and the temperature is nice and comfortable back there. So, I took him. Just checking to make sure I took my meds. She's a stickler. Which is probably why I've lasted as long as I have. Alright, from here we're going 7 and you're coming up 1. Beautiful. Great ride. About 125 miles I think we'll be on that arrival chart. Just about. And 07. Have I been in the Twin Towers? You mean before they came down in New York? Oh yeah. If that's the towers you're talking about. Matter of fact, my wife and I took my sister's niece there. We went up to the observation deck to go use the binoculars. And you could see the airport as clear as day, seeing them coming in and out. It's pretty cool. And they actually had a ride up there. One of those rides that you usually see at Disney World, you know, with the big screen and everything. It was pretty cool. And then we went to the Empire State Building. Other than that, I probably never would have been to those places if it wasn't for my niece. I mean, I grew up in Brooklyn. We didn't do those things. You know, like the ferry ride. I think when I was a kid, I went to the Statue of Liberty. But when I got older, couldn't be bothered. We never did any of that stuff. But when we moved down here, when we went back up, we actually took the ferry ride around Manhattan, like tourists. Trying to think of that movie that was playing the other day that they stopped. Because I can't remember the name of this one. This was about a bank robbery with Steve McQueen. I think it took place in Boston. I'm not sure. But I think the other one was... No, I can't remember. I'll look it up. I have it saved on the hard drive on the desktop, but it's on the computer that's back there that plays the movie. I'll get the name and then I'm going to go see if I can play it on YouTube. Be interesting if it plays there. Because if it plays on YouTube, then I guess I have to find movies that aren't on YouTube that are in public domain. If 2024 ever becomes available for offline flying, then yeah, I would do that. But I want to be able to fly 2024 offline like I could do with 2020. You know, I can get rid of the maps, I can get rid of the photogrammetry, and once I log into the server and they know that I'm a legit customer, I can fly wherever, you know. But with 2024, you get disconnected from the server. Even if photogrammetry is off, I don't even know if you can turn the maps off. But even with both of those off, if you can't connect, you can't fly. I don't like that idea. Plus, I'm really not crazy about the idea that they went the opposite route of putting more on their end and less on our end, which I think introduced more issues. I thought they were putting more for us to have, being that hard drives are a lot cheaper now. You know, I can get a 4 terabyte really good NVMe for $300. So, you know, I'll put 2 of those in the computer, and I could store a tremendous amount of data from 2024. But they went the opposite route. That was surprising. But hopefully they go offline eventually. Hopefully there's enough of us that said, you know what? We want offline. You don't give it to us, we're not coming on board. And I still have 2020 until they kill that. So, and that was promised for 10 years from when it was made. So I should be good for at least another 5. So, Meatcax is coming up next. 13.9. We're 13.9 on the fuel. Still holding 12.2 when we get in. We've got 188 miles to go with 76 miles to top of descent. We are closing the gap. And we left the gate an hour and 7 minutes ago. Yeah, got a little bit of land down there off to the left. Looks rather nice with the peekaboo clouds going on. Pretty cool. Can't make anything out though other than green trees and tan areas, which I guess are just barren sections mixed in. Pretty cool looking though. Alright, Hachi is next, 207, and 207 are looking good.
Number 8410 Charlie descend via the Bahia 3 arrival in east, number 2997. Here we go. And we're getting sticking around. We have room for some icy flying and also eye level.
So we're just about 100 miles out of the arrival chart now.
We can fly faster also, or climb to 380
And we're still fighting that headwind, man. 139 knots. Eased up a little bit. But we got a ground speed of 389. Island looks pretty cool out there in the front. And what do we have here now? Let's try that frequency. Let's see if that's on. Oh, wrong frequency. Let's see if that's on. And Hachi, 13.6, right on the money. Beautiful. No, I guess they're not on.
Dallas 5214, Muffin to Roger, trying to maintain flight level 430. Flight level 430, make so flight to 14. Emerson 1558, two direct camper, send via the sandbar to arrival, landing east, accepted 297 knots station. Camper, send via the sandbar, landing east, accepted 280 knots American. Alright, bye. Boeing 821, clear direct to Noah. Noah, we're in 6-1. After jet 2600, fly heading to 180 back to control station. Okay, flight to the station.
What are we looking at here? Top of descent at another 40-odd miles, 155 to go. Let's take a look at the back end here now. Have another peek here just to be sure.
Okay, 689, clear direct to Noah. Direct to Noah, okay, on 689.
Yeah, we're going to be at 21. And we are set for... No, we're not set. Let that recalculate. Hassa is 11. Safe is 2. That's all looking pretty good. And 3-6 right. Elevation is good. Decision height's 283. Climb to 12, heading 002, distance 2.4, left outbound, and we're holding at a deuce. Yes, that's looking pretty good. Alright, that's good, 002. 110.3. And that looks pretty good. It's going to be a deuce. Nation is going to be 15. And that looks pretty good. And we still have another 50, 60 miles to go before we're on there. What are we looking at here? Another 10, 12 miles top of descent. Let's get them back in their seats. And I do believe we're good all the way down to 11. Yep. And what are we looking at here? It just switched. Let's try that. See if they're on. Control, Transocean 65, radio check. See if that's up. Yeah, Kobe Control. I'd like to request the IHEYAS arrival for runway 36 right into Naha. And we still have a little ways to go there, but that's looking pretty good.
Transocean 65, cleared for the IHEYAS arrival for runway 36 right at Naha.
Cleared for the IHEYAS arrival for runway 36 right at Transocean 65. Alright, so they gave us that. We're good all the way down. That looks pretty good. And we're going to 245. And an ONC 13, we're 13. Alright, we're on our way down. That's an hour and 17 minutes since we left the gate. Hour and 4, hour and 5, it just flipped since we entered the runway. And we've got 120 miles to go now. And what are we looking at? Another 35, another 40 odd miles will be on that chart. All in all, pretty cool ride. Nothing to see down there but water, it looks like. Oh, we got some land up there. Right on top of it, we can't see it. There's another piece you can see out here. Looks like there's a little chain of a couple of them there. I don't think I've ever been to this airport either. Another new one we're hitting. And we can actually get you set as well. And right now we got 125 knot headwind. We're still fighting. Fighting that wind the whole ride down.
Orange 821, contact the center 135.1. 35.1, orange 821. 7302 Charlie Juliet, flight maintain flight level 360. 360, Charlie Juliet. Action 1753, we're out of 1,430. 1753, consider the rudder after wave, cigarette red thing, flight maintain flight level 320. After wave, direct red, flight maintain flight level 320.
And Prius should be coming into view. And we're about 30 miles out of that chart now.
KLM 689, contact center 135.
Island looks nice down there. You can see the dark blue and then it starts to lighten up around the island. Pretty cool. And I'll take terrain now. You can have the weather.
2600, contact the center 135.1. Thanks for your help.
The headwinds are starting to diminish now. They're down to 118.
Good afternoon, Deck 392, 735 feet, 300 at 88.
Deck 392, Mr. Roger.
Good morning, Copa 4, 79, Royal, 350.
So 429, Roger.
All right, we're just popping up in the corner of that chart.
Deck 1774, Mr. Roger at maximum 2171.
The maximum 21
All right, we're under 100 miles to go now. 94.
American 1753, contact center 128.22.
2822, American 1753.
We should be popping up in your right-hand corner any second now. I can't bring it down any lower. Prius 12.9. We're 12.9 on the fuel. We'll have 12.3 when we get in. 90 miles to go, so I don't think fuel's going to be an issue. Oh no, great run. A little bit of wackiness went on there with the FMC and the nav display. Nav display had that weird route on it in the beginning on our initial climb out, and then we lost all of our data in the FMC for our speed and altitude for a little bit there, and then it just popped back in again. That was the only two, I think, really abnormalities that I've noticed. Alright, I think we're on your chart now. And that didn't change yet. And we're holding at a deuce. Well, Hassa above 11, and then Sefa or Saifa, however you pronounce it, is going to be above a deuce.
number 389 Papa Sierra, contact Ventura on 132.4. 32.4, American 1345, contact center 126.52. 2652, American 1345.
And we're going to 184 now.
Route 3373, contact center 133.85. 133.85 to Route 33, contact give it 8.
That's a great view out that right window. Beautiful. Water glistening with the sun. Lightens up, gets to like a light bluish kind of green look to it. Very nice. Looks believable. And we're down to a deuce.
430, contact first 120.5. 05,
Very nice. Very nice. And that has not changed, has it? Nope. We're coming up on 18, so let's have a peek. Bleed air panel is set to auto. Pressurization panel landing altitude is in. Passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. Alright, 110.3, 110.3, 2. That's looking all pretty good. Local QNH is 25. Is that in? No, it's in now. Recall. We got a clean board. Alright, we just got to put landing data VREF minimums in. And what are we coming in at today? We're coming in at $145. Yeah, it must have been on their end because it didn't do it again. The VNAV was getting disconnected up until my last update from PMDG. So it looks like that might have been on their end. And we're 63 miles out now. And that's an hour 28 minutes since we left the gate, 1:16 since we entered the runway. They did this ride in the real world in 1:55. Then I'll go grab something to eat, a little snack. Don't know if my wife is going to cook anything, but I have leftovers in there from yesterday. And I don't know if she's making dinner or if we're going out. So if we're not going out, I'll be back, do another ride.
Delta 1700 is with you from level 320. 1700, Outboard 3629, contact center on 126.3. 3632, onboard 3629. Canada 956, contact center 128.22. Base 22 or Canada 95 for today.
That should be in range. So we're at 15,000 now, descending. We need to be above 11 at Hassa, or 11 or below, above. So, then from there we'll go down to 2,000, which is our hold altitude on a mist. So we should have a couple of nice right turns coming up. You might get a good view out that window. Yeah, I think we're going to have a decent view on the way in once we get below this layer. Should have a really nice view. Here's our airport peeking through the clouds. Cool. Nice. And let's get on local pressure. Hassa, 12.5, we're 12.5, we'll have 12.2, and we get in 40 miles to go. Right now, that's an hour and 33 minutes since we lift the gate. They did the ride in 1:55 in the real world. Right now, we're looking at a 27 knot crosswind. So we're at 11,800 descending. We need to be above 11 at Hassa, so that constraint's met. We should pass it at 11. And we're going to 210. Yeah, you might be able to get a peek at the airport right there, out the right window. Beautiful view. Very nice. And we're good down to a deuce now. Our speed slowing at 230. Very nice. Another great ride. All right, we're coming up on 10. There's our airport, just about 9 o'clock. Let's start slowing up.
City 980, descending maintain flight level 240. 240.
Some rather nice scenery out here in the Orient. Couple of pretty great views. Yeah, once we get below this layer, we should have a nice view. We don't want to creep. Don't get that speed creeping up there. That speed down.
Contact center 125.07. 5.07, come across today. Combo 35.7 meters area, miles precipitation, about 10 miles northeast, standby interception, 26 deviation from approach.
And she does not want to slow down. Come on, baby. Give me some drag. That'll do it. And now we'll do flaps 1. Speed check. Great view out that right window. Should have a pretty nice view when we make this right. Give me 5 on the flaps now. About 16 miles out now. And we'll take 10. There's some windmills down there I can see going. And let's bring up that shot now. Z, I said, right? $273. Figures right on the turn we're going to be in the mix. Yeah, we got one more ride coming up. Give me 15. Speed check. On the miss, we're going to 002. Let's put that in right now. And we're holding at a deuce. So that's all in. Give me 25 on the flaps. Speed check. And we're going to go right to 30. BREF plus 5, 30. Alright, lights, engine start selectors, auto brake, speed brake, landing gear, flaps, and they have been notified. 10 notifications complete, speed brakes on, landing gears down, 3 green, flaps all set for landing. And what do we have here for, did you disappear? Where'd you go? Naha Tower, good afternoon, Transocean 65, 7-mile final, runway 36 right. And you can have it.
Naha Tower, continue, approach runway 36 right.
Transocean 65, continue, 36 right. Alright, we're looking pretty good. That's a great view right there. Yeah, I'm going to go look at this in the big screen. This looks rather nice. You can see the waves rolling up into the shore out to the right there. That looks great. So the auto flight has performed beautifully. No complaints for the most part, really, other than those 2 issues, which were minor, and the FMC corrected itself, so not that big of a deal, but it did happen. So they did this ride 155, it's 142 right now. So we've got 13 minutes, so we don't need that chart anymore. Let's get you, let me have you, and we're looking at spot 32. You can see 32 is right here in domestic terminal, right in the middle off of Echo 3. My bird. I've got control. Make sure I do. Every now and then PMDG acts a little funny. The winds are starting to shift. It's starting to shift to a crosswind. That looks a little weird, a little too square there. Yeah, now we're dealing with a crosswind. And someone's just taken off in front of us. Continue. Prepare for landing. Beautiful ride, except for the AI aircraft. Get off the runway, Johnny. You're taking too long. He wasn't even on TCAS, this guy. Well, except for that guy getting in the way, that was a pretty cool ride. You're going to test. And we can kill number 2. Our gate is right there. Someone's in our spot. Electric, yep, okay. Someone's in our gate. Someone's in our gate. Our gate's right there. Someone's in it. Matter of fact, they just arrived. Dogs. I made a reservation. See if we have a gate open here we can hit. Gate reassignment. APU is up. So runway to runway, that was what, hour 33 minutes, hour 34? Wow, look at the flickers all of a sudden. Interesting. Out of nowhere. All around. Wow. That was pretty smooth up to there. We got a spot in here we can grab. We'll pull up right here. Oh, now we're like butter again. And that's hydraulics? Yes. Very good. And let's get on you. Oh, he just disappeared. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Johnny. We can get rid of you. He just disappeared. And that's off. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that ride. That was pretty cool. Let him run around. Alright, let me have the menu. Let me have ground services. Set the chocks. Give me ground. And give me air conditioning. And give me the jetway. You're not giving me air conditioning? Alright then. Let's go back and get the doors. You can open and open those bad boys right there. Alright. So, chocks are in position. We can lose the parking brake. Ground power is available. Let's get on ground. We'll get on unconditioned air here. You're off. 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 And stand by. Let's have a peek. Electrical power, APU or ground. We're on ground power. We are set for unconditioned air. The APU bleeds off. Left and right packs. The auto isolation valve is open. Fuel levers are set to cut off. Anti-collision light is off. Passenger signs are off. Fuel pump switches are off. Electrical panel check set. Galley power is off. Window heat switches are off. Hydraulic pumps, electric 2 and 1 are off. Exterior lights as needed. We have position lights. Flight director switches are off. Chocks in position. Parking brake is off. And that's pretty much it. I don't know where I'm going to go next. If I do change locations, I'll start something else up. But I'm going to go grab something to eat. And we'll be back and maybe get a second ride in here if we're not going out for dinner later. But I got to grab a snack. I can feel my sugar's getting a little low. I get a little shaky. All right, everybody, for those that were here that joined me today, I hope you enjoyed today's ride. I always enjoy the company and the conversation, my friends. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll catch you on my next run, everybody. Take care. Oh, look at that. The battery just died. The battery in here just died. We just made it. And we did that in an hour and 49 minutes, so we were 6 minutes early. All right, everybody, I'll catch you on my next run.
That is 602, exit here, turn right on top of the Gulf, hold short of runway 22 right. Exit here, turn right on top of the Gulf, and hold short of 22 right, United 602. United 53. United 1508, that runway 22 left, clear to land, wind 1506. 22 left, clear to land, United 1508. United 602 at Golf, cross runway 22 right, contact ground point 8 today. Okay, Golf, cross 22 right, contact ground point 8, United 602. United 1508 November, cross runway 22 right, contact ground point 8 today. November, cross 22 right, and over the ground, United 1508. Tower, JetBlue 706, approaching Buzz, ILS 22 left. JetBlue 706, tower, runway 22 left, clear to land, and 160 outside. Clear to land, 22 left, JetBlue 706. Tower, good morning, 698, with you on the ILS 22 left. 698, tower, good morning, runway 22 left, clear to land, and 170 outside. 22 left, clear to land, United 698. United 698, confirm clear land, 22 left. 698, runway 22 left, clear to land, and 170 at 4. 22 left, clear land, United 98.